Have you ever worn a pair of jeans? The answer is probably yes. If so, you probably bought them from Old Navy. I'm here today to tell you about Old Navy, the company I work for, and how it is run. But first, let me start at the beginning. Old Navy and Gavin Corporations was founded by Donald Fisher along with his wife Doris in 1969 when the pair struggled to find a pair of jeans that fit him properly. They raised just $63,000 to open their first store in San Francisco, California, where they sold only jeans and music. Eventually, they grew their little shop into a major global brand with over 3,000 stores in business today. First in my speech, I will talk about the culture and workplace environment of Old Navy. Next, I will talk about how the store is run, and lastly, I will talk about the leadership roles at my job. To start things off, I will begin talking about the functional tradition of Old Navy and their meeting-centered approach. A prime example of a functional tradition at Old Navy was during orientation. One of my coworkers explained to me how every person at Old Navy is not limited to just one job. Every person learns every task or position available. This was very effective because if someone needed to get their shift covered, they didn't have to worry about making sure if that person knew how to do their job. It also gave me and all of my coworkers a sense of unity and equality. We were all trained at the same level and there was no competition. It made me feel like I belonged even before I started working there. A great example of a meeting-centered approach ritual we do is wearing pajamas when we work on Black Friday. Working at a retail store on Black Friday is very stressful and overwhelming, but having the privilege to wear comfortable clothes and loose pajamas made it tolerable. This is very effective because it helped to calm us down and make it more enjoyable without all the chaos. Now that I've told you about the culture of Old Navy, allow me now to talk about how the company runs. In regards to the Scientific Management School, we have a procedure in place that was recently introduced. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus, before starting every single shift, we get our temperature taken and we have to fill out a form answering questions about our health and if we're experiencing any symptoms. This is effective because it helps to keep not only us safe at work, but the customers, thus preventing a major spread of the virus. In regards to human behavior school and McGregor's theory X and Y about how organization functions, the management at Old Navy is definitely more theory Y. My managers are very optimistic and hardly complain. They make sure everyone at work is feeling okay and having a good day. If someone has to call off work for any reason, they're really understanding and don't get upset. This is really effective because it makes working so much more relaxed and helps me not to dread going into work every time. In regards to communication network rules, one of my managers, Danielle, acts as the gatekeeper. She goes to the sales floor or at the cashiers when customers are checking out and tells them about our Old Navy cards and lists off all the benefits of them to persuade them to get it. This works very well because the customer is hearing all these great things and is easily persuaded to get a card. I know this works because Danielle has gotten hundreds of customers to get a card while working. Now that I have finished talking about how Old Navy runs, I will now be delving into who it is run by. Regarding my head boss, Kathy, and the leadership role she fits into, it is certainly a reward. She implemented that for every Old Navy card we get a customer to get, we receive an extra $5 bonus on our paychecks. This reward system is really successful because it motivates us to sell as many cards as we can because we may directly be rewarded if we achieve our goal. Ever since this was introduced, the amount of cards we have persuaded people to get has skyrocketed tremendously. In regards to organizational conflict, my manager solved it by accommodation. I contracted the COVID-19 virus back in December during winter break and was unable to work for about a month. Due to this, I had no source of income and was struggling for a while. However, my boss granted me a bonus check to make up for all the days of work I missed, and it was successful because I didn't have to argue with them about anything, and they handled it amazingly. In conclusion, if you've ever worn a pair of jeans from Old Navy, a lot more goes into it than you think. The purpose of this speech was to inform you about Old Navy in Boardman, Ohio, and how it is run. I explained the culture of my job and a functional tradition at my work was each co-worker learning the same positions, and a meeting-centered approach ritual was wearing pajamas on Black Friday. I elaborated on how the store is run with COVID-19 protocols, the relaxed management, and the gatekeeping role of my manager, Danielle. Lastly, I informed you on the leaders of my job and how they run things and how they deal with conflicts. I hope this speech made you more aware of what goes on behind the scenes at a major retail store like Old Navy and helped you